And so I wish we just had more of a like, of course we have like, you know, nail career education. We have Julie K. We have the Nail Hub. We have like those, you know,
Yeah.
I just feel like I just wish we had like more of a tight knit community, especially for like the up and coming girls, to just really have a support system and something consistent to where we are like, hey, these are the facts. This is what's true. This is what's not true. You
Yeah,
know,
right. Mhm.
we're so divided in this community as nail techs. Like we're together, but it's also still a lot of, you know, I feel like we're still also divided in spaces as well, especially when it comes to correct science and education. When it comes
Polish in my hand, I'm ready to create each nail a masterpiece. I can hardly wait. Soft pastels or vibrant hues, each tells a tale in their artistry of nails. Nothing ever fails. With each swirl and twirl, let the magic begin in this kingdom of gloss. There's no end to the wind. Gloss on my fingertips, watch them shine bright. Painted like a canvas, colors taking flight. Feeling fierce and fabulous, I'm ready to ignite. Slaying the nail game every single night. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird. Nails and beauty talk with Asia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today, we have a very special guest with us today. He is a nail stylist. Please welcome Blayke. Hello, Blayke, and how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. You're most welcome. So I want to go ahead and get started by asking where are you from and tell us about your upbringing.
I am from St. Louis, Missouri. And I live in Atlanta currently. I've been in Atlanta for at least since 2015, so that's probably about a decade by now at this point. Um, St. Louis made me, raised me.
Mhm.
I left at the tender age of 20. What was I? 22 when I left St. Louis. 23. I left St. Louis at 23
Mhm.
when I came here to Atlanta. Um, the Midwest. It's amazing. It's a slower paced city. And I dabbled in nails when I was there. So I went to beauty school when
Mhm.
I think I turned 21 in beauty school, and
Mhm.
I had an idea of that I wanted to be a hairstylist at first. I didn't have nails on my radar at all.
Mhm.
My grandmother used to do nails in her living room when she retired for her friends and neighbors, and I grew up as a kid just, when I would go over to my grandmother's house, I would see this and I would be a kid playing in the living room, whatever, and I would see her friends
Mhm.
come in, and I always thought it was just really cool seeing her do that. And I thought that was a pretty dope situation. I didn't really understand it at the time when I was a kid, but getting
Mhm.
older and then having gone through beauty school, I'm pretty much a salon baby. My mom used to do hair back in the
Oh, wow.
90s,
Okay.
and my family had like a salon for a while.
Mhm.
So I'm very familiar with, like, like just the salon culture. And I think when I decided to go through this industry, I didn't really think about that
Right.
so much.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say that my grandmother motivated me or inspired me. Um, I thought, like, I graduated high school. I had no idea what I wanted to do. No idea. I'm thinking maybe I wanted to become a chef, a pastry chef. I really had pastry chef at the top of my list for some random. I don't know where that came from. But
Okay.
I did 1 year of community college just to, get my just try to figure out where I was gonna go. I was just
Yeah.
getting my jit up, trying to just focus and just see where I went. I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go to beauty school, like playing some hair. My mom did it. It'll be fab. I thought I was going to be like this hairstylist. And I went through school. And then by the time, when you go to cosmetology school, you study all genres of beauty, hair, skin, and nails. And by the
Mhm.
time I remember this teacher, Mr. Quick, he really lived up to that name. Oh my gosh. Um, he went over the nail chapter and he gave us like these laminated sheets
Mhm.
of um, you know, of acrylic layouts,
Mhm.
right? So you have these laminated sheets and they have like the steps on how to lay your beads
Yeah,
of
I remember
acrylic.
those.
Yeah, and I thought that was so cool. Being able to take just, like your nail and being able to make like this cool extension, and the acrylic was really fun to play with. So that's what kind of spiked my interest in the industry. And so after I graduated, I don't have my nail license. I have my cosmetology license, my CA. So cosmetology all, so hair, skin, and nails. And I just stuck with nails. So I did hair for about like a year after I graduated. Um, my dad bought me my first, it was a C&D kit,
Mhm.
um, your gel starter kit. So I remember
Mhm.
going to Cosmo Prof when I was in school, and I was like, Dad, can you buy me this nail kit? And he bought it for me. And then when I took it to school, I had all my points or all my credits. And so when you have your credits at beauty school, you're just waiting basically to go take your state board exam. So I think
Mhm.
I had like a month left of school. So when you're getting ready to graduate, you're basically just on the floor taking clients because you
Right.
got people coming to school to get discounted services, whatnot.
Yeah.
I was just doing all of the girls' nails in the school and the people in the clients as well. And I just was really out the gate. I was handy with it. I just was like really good at it just out the gate. And they were like, Blake, you should have just went to nail school. You're really good. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing nails. I'm not gonna do nails. That's not. And well and behold, here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, wow, that's incredible. I wanna get into as far as just with being a nail stylist. So you consider yourself a nail stylist. So what attracted you to doing, nails for like fashion editorials and photo shoots and things like that?
That is a good question. When I started this, I didn't even know that that was really a thing for real. Like at
Mhm.
23, I came here. I would say Atlanta really exposed me to that and where I could take this career.
Mhm.
And my mentor at the time, she gave me a shot. I was working at the salon when I first moved here called Candy Coated Nail Spa.
Mhm.
It doesn't exist anymore, but that's the first salon that gave me a shot.
Mhm.
And she she had a big celebrity background at that time, and she
Mhm.
kind of, that example that she led. She used to do Steve and Margie Harvey. She did Lady Gaga. She was on tour with Lady Gaga at one point. Um, she was the example of like where you know, of where this career could go for me. So I was just like, oh my God, she's done all this amazing stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I wonder where I could take this. So when I met her in 2015, that was the example. And this was when Instagram started to become a thing for real.
Mhm.
So like around 2015, this was like when everybody, like all the businesses were starting to advertise on social media. That was just starting to become like the new way of things. And I started following the salon maybe like a year before I had moved to Atlanta. So that salon, Candy Coat Nail Spa, kind of sparked my interest in the way that in the style of which they did nails. Kind of drew me to it. And when I met her and then I saw where she went with it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. So I remember I had my very first celebrity client was through Candace, that was the owner of the salon at the time, and it was the TV judge. I think Lauren Leaks, the TV judge, Divorce Court. If you ever watched Divorce Court, Lauren Leaks. I think
I think Lauren Lakes, I think?
Lauren Leaks. Yes, yes, that was. Oh, sorry, that was
It's okay.
very. Lauren Leaks actually wasn't my very first celebrity client. She was my very first celebrity client here in Atlanta. But my very first fun fact. Earthquake, the comedian.
I heard him.
He's like our parents' generation, Earthquake. So he's up there with like around like Steve Harvey's age, around Martin, that generation. I had a friend at the time was a promoter, and she put me on, and I did Earthquake's nails. That was my very first celebrity client.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I want to get into as far as also with more celebrity clients. You've done Carrie Hilson's nails, you've done the Women of Sinners, their nails, the actresses that were in Sinners. Also Tina Knowles as well. So what has been your whole experience in regards to, nail styling celebrities, or what advice would you give for people who want to, nail style celebrities?
What advice would I give to people? I would say never price up when you're dealing with celebrities or people that you think that have huge amounts of money. Like, oh, this person
Right. Yeah.
billionaire, I'm going to charge them. Always charge your worth.
hmm
Never charge based off of the hype and you think this person has this amount of clout or this amount of whatever. Always charge your worth. You'll never come up short. You'll never
hmm
look tacky, and really understand that. Really understand that.
Right.
And what I mean is look into your value of the service, look into your professionalism. Um, those things measure, and so I would
Right.
say focus on those things and just be very professional. They're people. They're just people. That's
Right.
it. They still happen to have really dope jobs.
hmm Yeah.
At the end of the day, they are people, and I would say shout out to my mentor Julie K. She is.
hmm
I've studied with her, and she has really helped to get my etiquette together and and prep my kit. And she really is good at preparing you for any situation that could possibly happen. You never want to not have something you need, making sure that you're having the right etiquette, all of those things. It really matters and it carries far. Um, what else that would I say that would really matter when you're dealing with celebrities? They're very private, so you just want to make sure that you're just, you keep things to yourself. I've signed NDAs, um, things of that nature.
hmm
Um, and just making sure that your work is just perfect. Make sure you're doing perfect nails all the time, and making sure that you can do perfect nails in high stressful situations, very stressful situations. You never know. You might be doing nails on a plane. You never know. You know, dealing with backstage doing nails and all those kind of things. You just want to make sure that you're able to um, keep up in all those in any conditions because you just never know. So you really want to stay ready. That's the advice that I would give.
Mm. Yeah, I want to also ask as well too. So, what was your experience like working with Julie K and getting mentoring from Julie K?
It was amazing. Julie's very organized. She's very welcoming. She's very loving. Um, I love Julie. She's amazing. She holds your hand throughout the whole process. Um, I never felt lost with any of her leadership at all. If I had any questions, she's really good. When I first went to the academy with her, she's really good with providing like a syllable of all the things that you're gonna learn and just having everything together for you and having a space for you to just to refer to everything that you've learned. So there's
Right.
always like she's created like a website, like a database, so you can always just go back and look at all the information that she's ever taught you.
hmm
She teaches you celebrity etiquette, she teaches you industry etiquette, you got your do's and don'ts. Um, and just making sure that you're prepared all of the way and that she puts you and that she gives you opportunities as well. So I've had the opportunity to assist a lot with her, and she'll give you notes and hey, this is what you do, this is what you did, this is what you not. She's just amazing all the way. She's amazing all
hmm
the way. like she's really important to have in this industry. If you are blessed to have a mentor, somebody that can really just show you the ropes and hone in on your skills and guide you through this, because we do definitely we need guidance in this industry for sure. It can be
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
crazy, you know. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I learned a lot of things through Julie, um, and so I think she's a blessing to have in this industry.
Mm. Yeah, I think with Julie K, I can tell with her, she's very much truly passionate about the nail industry and helping other nail techs and nail artists get up in terms of like just leveling up their skills and also to, you know, being familiar with different environments, especially A-list Hollywood environments, you know, and how to navigate that while, you know, doing, you know, celebrity nails and stuff like that, you know, clients for doing nails for, you know, celeb clients and things like that. Cause I know she's known for doing Emily Blunt's nails and other celebrities. So, you know, so it's good to see that there are mentors that really mean well and say, hey, I want you to succeed.
Exactly, exactly. And actually, when you were referring to the women of sinners, the leading actresses, and when we did that, I don't know if that was in Style magazine that I did, but I assisted her on that shoot.
Mhm.
She pulled me in on that shoot. She is amazing at giving opportunities, and it gets you experience. She helps build your resume. Um,
Mhm.
when I'm here in Atlanta and I feel lost, I can always reach back out to her. She's always just right there. She's very responsive. She's very responsive. She can be in Thailand or wherever in the world, and she's like that with responding. So I never feel
Mhm.
lost. She's always right there. I feel like I always just have her like just always looking over my shoulder. Amazing.
Mhm. Mhm. I think her and, Patty Yankee, you
Mm,
know, they're in that, you know, the true mentorship circle or sector of the nail industry, especially Patty Yankee,
hmm
especially with Fashion Week and stuff like that.
Yes, 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 yes. Fashion Week can be, oh my gosh, Fashion Week. Crazy. Fun, but crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I love New York. New York can be really hard on the body. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
going through the city, carrying your bags everywhere, making sure that you're on time for the shows. But
Mhm.
it's fab. It's a really good time. I love the excitement.
Mhm. I wanna push forward and talk about, education, nail education. So you're an educator for the gel bottle. So as an educator, what do you think is missing in the nail industry?
What do I think is missing in the nail industry? Hmm. That is a good question. It's something I haven't really thought about too much. It's something that is really missing. Um, hmm.
Or what is it that the nail industry lacks that could be improved as far as education?
I wish we had more of a tight knit community when it comes to the correct knowledge of things and debunking myths of certain things, right?
Mhm.
And I wish we had more of a tighter network in that sort of sense. There's so many different conspiracies that we just don't have a good hand over quite so much right now. And
Mhm.
I will tell you this: a book that I have been reading that is right here. Oh my gosh, I just started diving into this. Do you know? Are you familiar with Doug Schoon?
Doug Schoon, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, Doug Schoon. I just started reading his volume one, and he's really debunked a lot of myths in in the first book that I've started reading with him. And I just wish that I just found out about him like last year. I just
Mhm.
found out about Doug Schoon, and so I wish we just had more of a like of course we have you know nail career education. We have Julie K. We have the Nail Hub. We have like those. I
Yeah.
just feel like I just wish we had like more of a more of a tight knit community, especially for like the up and coming girls, to just really have a support system and something consistent to where we are like, hey, these are the facts. This is what's true. This is what's not true. You
Yeah,
know,
right. Mhm.
we're so divided in this community as nail techs. Like we're together, but it's also still a lot of, you know, I feel like we're still also divided in spaces as well, especially when it comes to correct science and education when it comes to nails.
Mhm. What are some things you like about the nail industry?
I like the creativeness and that my workspace can look like whatever I want it to look like. Those
Mhm.
are the things I like about the nail industry. It keeps me on my feet. I like the
Mhm.
people that I come across in this industry. It keeps it fresh, like
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
workspace can look, like at my table, or it could be anywhere. I could be on set. I've done nails on the beach. At
Really?
I've done nails on the beach before at where was I at? Gosh, I was working for a nail polish brand doing manicures, and I was in Miami, and this was during Art Basel. Yes, that was a really dope experience. But yeah, you just never know. Like you could just be so creative. You can be so creative.
Mhm.
You really express yourself with nails, and so it just pulls all types of different um, personalities and individuals in this community. You just meet so many amazing people, and that's what I love about this industry. It's
Mhm.
really, you just never know where you can go with it. When I started doing this, I didn't never saw myself do. I never imagined that I'd be doing the things that I'd be doing right now when I first
Yeah.
started. I didn't know these things were possible.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
the opportunities that I've come across, it's been amazing. So yeah.
Mhm. Now, what is your favorite nail product and nail shape?
My favorite shape is almond. I love
Mhm.
a good narrow almond shaped nail. And my favorite nail product is the Bayab gel from the gel bottle. It's a
Mhm.
3-in-1. So I'm obsessed with builder gels. Um, I love the fact that I don't really have to have my clients in acetone all the time, when they come in.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You rebalance it, you fill it in, it's super durable, you can layer it, you can do whatever. So the Bayab gel from the gel bottle. And it was crazy because I was very familiar with the gel bottle before I met them, and the owner of the brand, and worked with them in a couple shows in Fashion Week. So I was really honored when they asked me, and they invited me to be
Mhm.
creative for them. I was like, oh my god, it was a very full circle moment. So
Mhm.
I love Builder Gels, and that is my favorite brand. So I was super excited when they asked me to join the team. It was crazy, but yeah, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I was like, I hit the lottery. Yeah.
Mm. I want to get into the next question. So, what does a non-work day look like for you?
A non-work day, it's administrative, right? So I'm working on my website, or I'm reading emails. I'm organizing, my future appointments, or if I have any other opportunities. I'm really just it's really on the computer, organizing my life digitally.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've been more so on it now than I ever have been. I would say I like to
Right.
say like an older, out of touch millennial. I'm not that tech savvy. I am not that tech savvy. So just trying to figure out a lot of things. But yeah, just a lot of planning, there's like award shows and different events that I'm just planning out, and so I'm always just on my computer. If I'm not doing nails, I'm working content, or I'm just on my computer just organizing my schedule for the next,
Mhm.
few weeks to months.
Mhm. I want to touch base and talk about not touch base. I want to push forward and ooh, excuse me. I want to push forward and talk about mental health. So, how do you juggle being in the nail industry and living life with mental health? And how important is mental health for the Black community, but also the Black LGBTQ community?
It's very important. It's very, very, very important, especially I would say being a black gay man in this industry. you really have to be mentally strong. You really
Mhm.
do. And I was going through, you can't compare yourself. You can't. Um, and that was something that I struggle with, feeling like I wasn't good enough. I have dealt with imposter syndrome, and I still deal with imposter syndrome. And so
Mhm.
I actively am in therapy. You know,
Mhm.
I would say having a good therapist, I really advocate for therapy and having a strong hold on that. And because this industry is very challenging, you just
Yeah.
never know what loopholes are going to get thrown at you, and it's very tough. It's very tough,
Yeah.
and you want to be mentally sound and have your wits about yourself and be very
Right.
because if you don't have that foundation, if you're not sure about yourself, it could really tear you apart. I've
Mhm.
had moments, and so I am a big advocate for therapy and having a good support system, having good friends around you. That really matters. It really matters. So I would say I really believe in therapy. That's the
Mhm.
only way, really, to get through.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
and good friends,
Yeah. Good friends. Absolutely.
because sometimes your friends need to put you in check, and then they see you in real time, and they see what's going on with you. So good friends and therapy and
Mhm.
strong work ethic, honey, because it's hard out here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, totally, most definitely. I could totally agree with that. Now, I want to get into as far as just speaking of friendships. How did you and Jazmine from NailCon meet?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, Jasmine reached out to me to interview me, like you
Mhm.
did. And we were friends for so long. What did I mean? Oh, was it 2022 2022 or 2023? She reached out to me to interview me, and I came to New York. We did a couple events in New York, and we just clicked. Jasmine is my girl. I love Jasmine. All things NailCon. NailCon is coming up, honey. You better keep your good eye on her. When I tell
Yeah, 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 yeah.
baby,
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, absolutely.
fab. But yeah, Jasmine is such
Mhm.
a light, and she's so needed in our community.
Absolutely.
Space that she creates for. I mean, oh my gosh, I love Jasmine. She's amazing, and it's a blessing. She's so dedicated, and she's so for us. She don't even do nails. She doesn't even do nails. Jasmine does not do nails. She is a big nail connoisseur. She's a fab girl. She always keeps her nails done, and she's always in the know. Her mind,
Yep.
her mind, and where she's getting ready to take NailCon, honey. Just stay tuned. But that is my girl. I love her down. She is also um, connected a lot of great opportunities for me as well. She's an amazing person.
Mm. And I met Jasmine like 2024 when I was moderating for Beyond the Brush.
Hmm.
That event was hosted by Acrylics Worldwide. I know the founder. Her name is Isis Darks. So she's the founder of Acrylics Worldwide. She did an event in New York. It was called Beyond the Brush. So I hosted like two, not hosted, but moderated two panel events during that time. It was like March of 2024. And so that's where I met Jazmine because Jazmine did the first two panels and I did the second half. So yeah, it was good, laughing, talking, getting to know her, more as far as like, NailCon and stuff like that, and she's definitely needed in the nail industry, especially the black nail industry.
Exactly.
I think that it's good to see black journalism in the nail industry because that's something we never really seen. It was like Nail Pro, Nails Magazine, or Scratch, but
Ex-
to see NailCon, that's a black emerging nail industry platform.
Exactly. Exactly. And the style of it, and and just everybody that she brings together with her brand, it's very necessary. It's very necessary. So,
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. So now, where do you see yourself in your career 5 years from now?
you know, going into this um, education role is very new for me. I never
Hmm.
really thought people want to learn from me. I didn't really.
Right.
I'm really shy. I am really shy. I'm very much like
Yeah, I can be like that too.
Oh my god, I don't like putting myself in the camera at all. I'm really shy. Can be awkward. I'm coming out of my shell more these days. So I would say in the next 5 years, more trends, more into education. I would feel like will become more of an educator. I never really took myself so serious and to think that people will really want to learn from me, but they do. And so I'm like, oh, okay, let me take this more serious. And I would say in the next 5 years, becoming, a full-time educator and, maybe keeping in, still staying around and still doing projects and things like that, but more in educational type of role. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would say, yeah. So leading more heavily into education in the next
Mm.
5 years. Who knows? And I don't know what that will bring. Maybe that bring a school. Maybe that would bring a mentorship program. Who knows? Who knows? So, um,
Yeah.
but more into educating the girls in the next 3 to 5 years.
All right now. Now, last but not least, where can people find you on social media, and how can people support you and whatever it is that you're doing? Your future endeavors and things like that.
To find me on social media, I make my social media platform very simple. It is just my name, Blayke Jacques. And everybody thinks my name is Jaques, all of the things. I don't know, but I am letting it be known here. It is Blayke Jacques. It is a French name. My grandfather was from Haiti, so there's a
Oh wow.
there. So yeah, and you can find me there. Follow and just keep up with my journey. That is the best way to support me. And at the moment, I am currently taking clients. I'm taking new clients. I have like my
Hmm.
day ones that are just always with me. I have a collective of women that are just always with me. They're not going anywhere. And then I just
Hmm.
balance my work and my projects in between them. And
Hmm.
this summer I am taking a few new clients. So while the link is
Oh, yeah.
up, come and support. And I am happy to do your nails. Anybody that wants to come, I am happy to. I'm always taking new clients. Well, currently right now I'm taking new clients, and yeah, just balancing out my projects, planning out the rest of my summer. So I'm taking new clients right now until I'm not. So that's all.
All right.
I'm super friendly. I can just be really shy, and
Yeah.
but I love all things nails, and I have a few things that I am planning to do this summer. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Hmm.
Sometimes I even surprise myself. So yeah, that's pretty much that's what I can say about that.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Blake, for jumping on. I really appreciate our conversation. It's been a while coming. I'm glad we were able to do this interview and things like that. Thank you for taking the time out. Thank you for, being such a bright spirit and, being about positivity in the nail community. I really appreciate our conversation, getting to know you and your story. So it was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Likewise, and I'm so honored that you want to interview little old me. I'm really honored. Thank you so much. That really that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm doing something right. So I really appreciate you and what you contribute to this industry. You are also amazing, and I've been following you for some years now. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Please
Take
be in
care.
touch.
Yes, we'll do. Take care.
Yes. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye bye.